Okay, so this is my solution to do a counter that is vertical instead of the traditional horizontal counters that I have been doing. And when designing these, I had some design criteria. I wanted the numbers to be very easy to read. Therefore, I want two color prints. That is easy to do. It should work with a one color print as well, like what we see here. But it was important for me that it is usable and it's very easy to read. And then I wanted a nice snap, something that where it's very easy to see if you are in the correct location. So that's functional, that it should work like that. And then I wanted everything to be printed without supports, and very easy to print, and no only 3D printed parts go into this design, no gluing, no nothing. And I believe I have succeeded with this. I think this is pretty nice. This is a prototype. There are a few things that are being fixed in the final version. I will get to that, but I think it works really nice. Now the camera angle is a bit off, but the marker for this is the actual number. It fits when you're sitting at a table and putting in a decent distance, but those angles can be fixed as well. So I will walk you through how to assemble this, and that also shows some of the solutions that I have come up with. So let us see how we can assemble this. The very first thing you need to do is to print the numbers, and the way I fixed how to do two color printing on a round design. I have struggled with this for some time. Finally, I came up with the idea that naturally you need to print the numbers flat and then slide them into a round surface. So this, even though it appears round when you use it, this is a 10-sided circle instead. So what you do is that you print the numbers flat on a surface in two color. When you reach a certain height, you'll change the material to a different color. This can be done manually, or if you are lucky to have a printer that supports two color printing, that can be done automatically. But this is easy. This is done on my Ender 3, sorry. So I forgot the name. Yeah, sorry. This is an Ender 3 V2. I don't know. Okay, sorry for that. This can easily be done on an Ender style printer, or if you're lucky to have another printer. So once you have the numbers, you print this, which is just a ring, and you simply slide in these the numbers in these slots, and you need to decide if you want to count up or count down on this. So you can place 1, 2, 3 this way, or 1, 2, 3 that way. And you saw this was pretty tight fit. So the numbers, there are no tolerances or no clearances on those files. They just print as they are. But this ring, it comes in a range of different tolerances or clearances. The one I have picked here is what works with my test print and on my printers, but you can select whatever you need, and this will just change the fit. You want it fairly tight because you don't want the numbers to slide out if you mess with this, and there's no reason to pull them out once you have assembled it, basically. So this takes some time and needs to be slotted in. So I will fast forward the movie or the video most likely. 1, 2, 3. So this goes here. And as can be seen, I have printed quite a few of these because I like to use them. So I have printed a lot, and will be my go-to counter, I think, for the time. I'm still using the flat counters that you can also see on my profile. I use those primarily for games like Magic or where you have card games, because those slides in really nice with the with a card or a deck box or something like that. I can find, I guess if I look around, I will find one of those just for reference, so you can see the sizes. 6, 7. Yeah, when you print this many, it's annoying finding the right numbers, but yeah, it'll take some time, but it will be done. And I can't distinguish 6 and 9, so I'll just take either and place them. So now I am lacking a 1. That was that. Now I did this design is is 2, so that's what I think is most useful for counting. If you want me to create a 1 or a 3 or a 4 or whatever, I can do that. We can also add separators if you want 2 by 2s or whatever. Right now this is what I'll do. I'll see where it'll take from there. But that's one ring done. I will do another. And you see I like to count. I counted the wrong direction on this one. I'll do the same for these. Usually I would like to count clockwise, but I see I put in the numbers counterclockwise on this. Maybe just because I'm speaking, which I'm not used to doing these videos here, but I thought it would be useful for this design. So I will do this. I hope I can figure out how to fast forward. If one of these numbers are too tight, you can, now you can't see on the video, but you can use a table and just squeeze that last thing in, and that has helped me. I don't know if I think these are too tight, it's just on the border. I will make sure this is fine-tuned for the file, so I will deliver a file where the tolerances or clearances are numbered, and the one called 0 is what I think is the best compromise for my printers, and then there will be positive and negative numbers, and positive clearances add more clearance, so it's an easier fit, and vice versa. But there will be plenty of clearances available in the file, and if something is missing, as always, just ping me and I will generate those files. Once the files of my code is made, it's quite easy to change and add new variations, which is why there are that many files on many of my designs. Okay, so this is the last one. Cool. Then you have 2 sets of double printed, double colored, dual colored prints and rings that you can use. Then when you have these, you need the basic stand. So this stand is one print that is printed like this. This square bar have a clearance, and that should fit with a spring. So you would like to print one of each, a spring and a stand. I think I call this the stand, I don't know. And you want this fit to be fairly tight, because any slack you have on this will translate to the ring, and which is not nice. And the thing, the variances or clearances on these files are the diameter of this. So the hole in the spring is fixed. So find this, and whatever spring you will select, even if you increase the tension or decrease the tension, will still have the same fit on the axle. So after slotting these, you need to find the right stand for this. Again, the one called 0 is what fits me, and this is a very nice fit with no slack. So this spring can be slotted into the ring here. So there is a few things here, and then this gives the nice feeling of rotating and a nice click as well. So lots of information here. So you see this spring, I have all the springs in the same direction, which means that it is easier to turn this way, where you turn with the springs, than it is to turn in the opposite direction. This is by design, so I like that one direction has one tactility and the other direction has a different tactility. If people don't like this, I will make a part that is not asymmetric, a symmetric part instead. But this means that you can select which direction should be the less tension and which should have the more high tension, simply by flipping around this spring. It is very easy for me to create one that is symmetric. It's actually more difficult to do this. So let me know if you would like something that is symmetric. So I like that the easy tension road is when you increase, so I will have it like this. These springs, they have different tensions, so you can select the tension of these springs such that you should get a feeling how is this feel, and if you want more clicky, if you want something that's harder to turn, you should increase the tension. If you want it more easygoing or more light, you should go in the other direction, and the files are numbered just as everything else. And that has nothing to do with the fix around the axle. The axle fit is on the stand. The tension of the spring is the spring itself. This is printed with PLA. I have also done some prints with PETG, and as you would expect, such a spring is softer and have a more clock sound to it. It's definitely a different feel. I might even think that the PETG springs are nicer, but it's easier for me to print everything in the same material and color, so this is all all PLA. I use this marble thing here because I wanted a lot of these marble ones, but I must say this pink PLA have a different feel to it as well in the spring, so it could be material specific how the actual feel of the spring is, just so you know. When you slot it in, this is a square hole. 4 does not divide nicely to 10, so when you slot it in, you can slot it in two ways. So now you see that it is fixed in between two numbers. Well, you don't want that, so if that happens, you will have to, sorry for this, you'll have to turn it 90 degrees, and then you'll see it slots in exactly on a number. Sorry if that was a bad sound. So I will take the other spring as well and orient it in the same direction, which I failed to do, so I will flip it. And now I have this, and I will slot this in as well. The reason why the fit diameter is on the axle is, in the end, you will need to fit this stop, and that has a tension as well. So this is, again, I have tried to do everything that fits my printers, but there are files here on clearances as well. You want a really nice fit on the last one. You need, in order to avoid these two rings to collide. When two rings are next to each other, it's a bit difficult to get these out. So I wanted these to be symmetrical on this axis, not on the rotational axis. So in order to avoid this spring hitting the flat surface here, you will have to add a spacer. The reason I didn't mention that, the reason why I have this flat surface, you could actually print them without, and I maybe have a version without, I don't. Why I have this flat surface here is because when you print this on a print bed, this gives a much easier print time, because it will stick nicer to the print bed, and you don't have to these are very kind of delicate, this contraption that fits with the numbers. So I actually don't like this, but I have added it for the purpose of make it easier to print. I was able to print these fine on my Bamboo Lab. I had some issues on my Ender, so I decided to add this. Because of this, you need the small divider thing before you add the next ring. So sorry for that. So I will just do it once more. And I once more, no, I did the right thing with the spring direction. I will add this and be careful about the 90 degrees once more. You can see it here. If I do it like this, it's in between two numbers, and if I turn it 90 degrees, it's a perfect fit. And the last thing you need to do is to slot in the stop, and this should be kind of tight, such that you have something nice, and then you have a counter. So this one is a bit more tight on the right than it is on the left, and it's because this is everything just needs to move a bit, and then things will ease up as it should. So that's how you assemble these, and as mentioned, they can also be assembled in single color prints instead. Maybe I forgot something, but luckily I can't remember. Thank you for watching. Bye.